Topic 7, human nutrition topic. We will learn about diet and the healthy diet, the problem or deficiencies in some um, vitamins, minerals, all of these parts. And we will then talk about the digestive system, okay? And all of the parts of digestive system and the function of these parts in the digestive system. If I asked you at the beginning, what is a balanced diet? You have to mention that a balanced diet contains the right amount of or the right proportions of all of the nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water, and fiber. This is to meet the requirements of the body. And this is a very important point. In front of you, a photo for a child on the right has rickets, and this is caused by a deficiency in one of the vitamins. So, if there is a deficiency in vitamin or any mineral such as calcium in your diet, definitely this will cause problem or disease. So, in front of you here, a table showing you the vitamin or mineral that we are talking about, the function of this vitamin and the deficiency, and the source. The most important column on this table is the first one and the third one, the type of vitamin and mineral and the deficiency disease. Definitely, you will take a look on the table and all of the columns in the table, but look at the deficiency disease for vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Vitamin C or the deficiency of vitamin C causes scurvy and this swollen bleeding gums or internal bleeding in muscles and skin. It causes difficulty in wound healing and painful swelling of joints. For D, rickets is the most important deficiency disease because rickets in children risks of tooth decay, bones become soft and malleable, and bones can bend under the body weight, resulting in the curvature of the bone, and it is really painful. It's not that easy at all as a result of vitamin D. Calcium, you know, definitely for rickets or osteoporosis, which is when the bones become less dense and this will increase the risk of fracture. Iron, this will deficiency of iron causes anemia, okay, and lack of red blood cells will definitely provide insufficient amount of oxygen, and this will change you to get tired easily, cannot do all of the daily life activities. For fibers important for two main things. Number one, to prevent constipation. Number two, to prevent colon cancer. So dietary fiber, such as cellulose, is present in plant parts, and it is extremely important to prevent constipation and stimulate all of the intestinal wall to contract. For the for this investigation, this is one of the food test investigation. If you want to check the effect of vitamin C or any kind of citrus fruit containing vitamin C or not, we can use an indicator called DCPIP. It will turn colorless if we have any amount of vitamin C. The second part is related to nutrition. So that's all what I want you to know about food test. The second part is the nutrition part. What's nutrition? Nutrition is the process by which organisms obtain food and energy. Obtains energy for what? For growth, for repair, for maintenance of body, In this part, Alex, we need to focus on some definitions. What's ingestion is taking in food or any food substance. What's digestion is the process of breaking down all of the large molecules, converting it into small molecules. What's absorption? Absorption is the process of taking in all of the nutrients after being digested. Assimilation. Assimilation is the process by which the nutrients became a part of the cell. So it became a part of the cell, or all of the nutrients became a part of the cell, became a part of the living structure. So this is assimilation. So if he mentioned in the question how food became assimilated, you have to talk about digestion, absorption, and the definition of assimilation finally. This is the human digestive system. It's made up of the alimentary canal and the some accessory glands, liver, pancreas, because food cannot pass through those organs, but they play an important role in the digestion process and releasing enzymes. Let's take a tour in the alimentary canal and pancreas, liver, all of the parts. Alimentary canal starts with the mouth. It contains teeth, salivary glands. We have some salivary glands beneath the lungs, beneath the tongues, and we have the tongue itself. Okay, so this is the mouth. I'm not giving you all of the materials needed. This is just an introduction for the digestive system. The esophagus. The esophagus is a narrow muscular tube where food passes in wave-like contraction. This is called peristalsis. So peristalsis is a muscular contraction by which food will move through the esophagus. Very important to add or implement this in your answer. Stomach. Stomach is a muscular bag responsible for contraction and relaxation in order to break down food particles. The human digestive system also have the small intestine and large intestine. The small intestine consists of ileum and duodenum. Very important part. The first part of the small intestine called the duodenum, and the ileum is the second part of the small intestine. In the large intestine, the colon and the rectum. The colon and the rectum is the last part. So this is the colon, and this part is the rectum. The last part called the rectum. And this rectum contains undigested food in a solid form. Let's go for the liver, pancreas, and the gallbladder. The pancreas secretes the pancreatic juice and some hormones such as insulin. The liver produces bile and it involved in the assimilation process of nutrients. And finally, gallbladder stores bile. So again, we have liver produces bile, but gallbladder stores bile because it might make a difference and you might lose mark if you wrote the opposite. Production process happened in the liver, but storage process happened in the gallbladder. The third part is the digestion process. And as long as you know the main parts, the digestion process will be extremely easy. Digestion process happened. Look, a lot of objectives, but the topic is extremely easy, as I told you. Digestion process is the process of converting large molecules or breaking down large molecules into smaller molecules to be absorbed into the body cells. We have digestion and chemical digestion. Physical digestion, which is the breaking down the food particles into small chunks or small pieces. But there is no chemical change applied. For the chemical digestion, the breaking down of the large molecules, and those molecules are insoluble molecules to soluble small molecules by specific digestive enzymes. So this is the process that take place in the mouth. The physical and or mechanical digestion and chemical digestion starts in the mouth as well. Okay? So chewing breaks up the food and mucus softens the food. All of this is a physical or mechanical digestion. Look at the chemical digestion. The chemical digestion happened in the mouth by the amylase enzyme. Amylase enzyme is the enzyme secreted, and very important, guys, to use this verb, secretes or secreted for enzymes and for hormones. So this is the enzyme secreted from the salivary glands. So amylase is the first one. It breaks down starch into either glucose or maltose sugar. Both are right, okay? You should write maltose, but both are totally right. Another example of the chemical digestion as well is the pepsin inside the stomach, okay? So pepsin inside the stomach will break down protein, any protein structure into amino acids. This enzyme, which is pepsin, works best in the acidic environment because we have HCl here. So HCl is the hydrochloric acid that provides acidic environment for breaking down proteins into amino acids. One of the other function for the hydrochloric acid, the killing bacteria or any pathogen in the food or any contaminated food or contaminated water containing pathogen will be killed or damaged by HCl or the hydrochloric acid. Then food in a form of chyme enters the small intestine. Inside the small intestine, a lot of processes will be stimulated. So pancreas will secrete pancreatic juice, and the pancreatic juice to digest some protein because it contains trypsin and lipids to fatty acids and glycerol because it contains lipase enzyme. Okay? Gallbladder will release bile. Bile is a chemical substance, but it will break down fats into small granules. So it will change fat globules into small fat globules in order to start or to give a chance for the lipase enzyme to work on it. So enzymes will be produced such as maltase enzyme, lipase enzyme, and trypsin also. I will give you 30 seconds to check everything in the carbohydrates digestion and protein digestion. Trypsin in the small intestine and pepsin in the stomach. Starch will be converted to maltose from amylase and then maltase to glucose. Here I'm talking about lipase and the fatty acids and glycerol, and how bile breaks down the fat droplets or the fat granules or the fat globules into fat globules will be better into tiny fat droplets. This process called emulsification. So emulsion test for fats, but emulsification process is the process of breaking down large fat globules into small fat globules or droplets. Another table to summing up everything related to enzymes and enzymes activity. I think you can pause the video in order to check all of the enzymes secreted by different different glands or different organ in order to produce a simple product. The absorption process happened in the small intestine and the building unit of the small intestine called villi. Villi has specific structure like what you observe now. This is the typical structure of the villi. It has blood capillaries, it has lacteal or the lymphatic capillary, and this is for the absorption of fatty acids and glycerol. It has also some microvilli, and this will provide large surface area to absorb more nutrients or to take in more nutrients. Some students may struggle in this diagram, but honestly, it is extremely easy. It's not that hard at all. Let's go through the absorption and the reabsorption of water and all of the mineral ions in the colon if needed. So there is a reabsorption process if needed. The last part of the topic and the last part of the session today is the structure of the teeth and the arrangement of the teeth and how could we prevent tooth decay. So the main types of teeth are four. Let's go from the outside to the inside. Incisors for cutting. Canine, here has sharp ends. Premolars, okay, and molars, three pairs or of molars and two pairs of premolars arranged here for cutting, chewing, and grinding food. This is the typical structure of the teeth, and we can already check the enamel layer, which is the hard layer, and actually it's made up of calcium or calcium precipitation. Dentine, and this is a soft layer or softer than enamel. This point of attachment called the neck. This is the gum. The cement is this area, the also attachment between the teeth and the root of the teeth and the gum. And this area is the jaw bone. The part above the gum is a crown, and the part beneath the gum is the root. Okay, there is an area called pulp cavity. It contains all of the blood capillaries and nerves. Very important to know before going to the last slide that there is a problem of sugar and carbohydrates happen for teeth, causing tooth decay. How this process happen? If you are eating too much sugar, bacteria will start respiring, releasing acids because it will use sugar molecules. So it will start respiring and releasing some acids. And the problem is that acid will cause decay or erosion for this enamel layer. And when we reach the nerves, this will be really painful, and we cannot definitely leave the nerve like this. So instead of going to the dentistry and instead of having an urgent visit for the dentist, we need to visit the dentist regularly. We need to use toothpaste has fluoride in order to protect the enamel layer and the dentin or the dentine. We need also to brush our teeth regularly, and we need to reduce the amount of sugar as much as possible. Okay, so now we have covered the human nutrition point. Okay, so this is the concept map. Please make sure that you have covered everything during watching the video. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.